Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for our weekend weather update and the outlook for New Zealand for the first week of March. And we kick off with Tropical Cyclone Pola, Category 4 when we made this video, but it is already being torn apart by this enormous area of high pressure that is moving into New Zealand. So the storm is at its peak right now. It'll get a little closer to New Zealand. It's about 1,400 kilometres away at the moment, and then by the weekend it will fall apart because of this big high. So let's have a look at the tracking at the moment. So Category 4, which is a little surprising as it goes away from the equator, it's been getting stronger, but it's a very short-lived system because you see how it curves away from the North Island of New Zealand. That is because of that big belt of high pressure. So it is very similar to last week with Cyclone Oma, except Cyclone Pola is much stronger than Oma was in our area, but the system is not going to get any closer than that. And we're pretty confident of that because this high is so big. So Saturday looks like this. The storm is off to the northeast. It will be weakening quite quickly on Saturday as a result of this big high pushing in and tearing it apart. The storm is still trying to go south. That's why it's running into that big block of high pressure. Meanwhile, in New Zealand, there are perhaps a few showers being caused between that low and the high, a little bit of a southeast breeze, and the swells from this low will just make it to New Zealand. So you might notice on Saturday, the waves are just a little bit bigger and the rips and currents are a little stronger in this part of the country. But once we get to Sunday, it is gone. It's off our map completely, and we've got just fairly settled, calm day as this big belt of high pressure comes in and calms things down. There may be a lingering shower around Mahia Peninsula. That's pretty much it. All right, let's get into next week. So Monday kicks off with high pressure, a little bit of a breeze picking up now around the southern Alps, and that's going to push temperatures up. So I know we're in autumn now, at least on the meteorological calendar, but next week is going to feel like summer. There are highs of 27s and 28s all across inland parts of both islands. And if you're not getting to that, you might be getting to 24, 25 and 26. So it's not looking too bad. So on Tuesday, you'll start to feel that warmth coming through. Monday. Tuesday, the warmth goes further into the North Island as those winds, just a very light breeze, moves up into the North Island around then. There are a few showers on the west coast, and by Wednesday's map here, that might turn to a little period of rain on the west coast, but it's still dry everywhere else with high pressure in charge. The North Island will be pretty calm, a bit of a breeze coming through Wellington. Now on Thursday, those winds pick up even more, so some places will be pretty warm on Thursday in both islands. Subtropical winds coming down across New Zealand, so it will be warm. Now we've got this band of rain. It looks like it's moving in towards us on Thursday. There'll be showers on the west coast and eventually it will set in as rain. But look what happens on Friday. That front disintegrates as it moves into the North Island, which backs up those rainfall accumulation maps we were showing you yesterday for the next 14 days, which show most of the country drier than average with only a small amount of rain coming. So that front next week might be a bit of a teaser, but it's not likely to deliver much in the way of rain across New Zealand, and still warm and hot with the westerly winds blowing. It'll be a very warm week next week across New Zealand. And behind that, it's a little messy with this storm in the Southern Ocean, but there's another big block of high pressure coming through. So we still think the first half of March looking mostly dry across New Zealand. But enjoy the warmth next week because, as I say, we're in the meteorological calendar of autumn now, which means we're about to start losing that daytime warmth a little bit more and more as we go through the next few weeks. That is all from me. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.